Good evening and welcome to Coffee with. Um, hmm, it's not working. Sean says. iPad.
I'm good. Hello, John.
No,
Hi, Mark.
Sean's trying to log in, and I'm trying to figure out how to get him in. Does he use
Oh,
iPad, Randy?
I don't know. I'm not really sure. Normally he's on his phone, so
Oh, damn. Okay, he doesn't have Chrome on his phone.
ooh,
Shit.
that could be a problem.
If he paints his phone black, I have a compound he can spray his phone with, and it will turn chrome.
uh,
is he
Well,
downloading
I
the?
either have this. I recognize the other empire, or pew pew. It's like the Elmer Fudd version of the Stormtroopers. Goodness. Now, is this the Sean that did the production that we were in at
no, the
Neutral
person
Jet?
that did the production that we just showed was Randy.
Ah,
Sean did. Oh, you meant the
yeah.
Klingon thing? No, that was different. Sean. Sean is the partner of Lori, who with Lori, Randy, and a bunch of us
Yes.
miscreants run
Yeah.
Syfy. Wait a minute,
Bardo.
BartoCon.
Yep. Okay. I know which one
Yeah,
it is. We
John
get
and
them drunk.
Lori. Yeah, they're the creators of Barto
Right.
Con, Sci-Fi Barto. A few others I can't think of.
Prehistoric Con,
There you go. And
Toy Con for
Mhm.
Fort Myers, Sci-Fi Bar. Are you having fun? Uh, the cat don't want to be around me until I go online.
Of course,
Oh
that's his
wait,
job.
it wants food. That's what it is.
Uh-huh.
Um, but
and the end of summer, August 5th coming up.
and just because Drew is not online doesn't mean he's not watching. He is sick.
I agree.
I think it's Sean.
There
from
he is.
Star Trek
Yeah.
Superior Intellect.
He does exist.
Yeah. Why is Randy in here? He's like 30 years behind the technology. I don't understand that. So.
Who's that?
So-
Why I'm here?
Man, this is the second time Randy's been on, and we had a whole conversation on Sci-Fi Barto, and it was linked to your site, and it was probably one of the most popular videos we've had.
Hold on a second. I'm going to check my history on the last time Randy was here. If my Facebook friends or my feed went up at all. Hold on one second. No, it hasn't changed. So quit feed me a line of batak, okay?
Ooh.
So,
yeah.
As I said, Drew is on in the comments. His voice is not with him right now.
Oh boy.
I thought when you told me that he wasn't feeling well, I thought it was automatically diarrhea. So
Yes, that is actually what it was. And this is Crystal. Hi, Crystal.
Hi, Crystal.
Hello.
So I got off work this morning and was doing my normal thing of go get gas, grab some food, and then go over to Drew's house to take a nap so that I can save gas and be there. And he sends me a message, no, sick. So he is trying to get better for the meeting tomorrow, which is an important meeting because BartoCon is doing something new for them. I am having a slight issue because my computers are not connecting, so I'm going to have to work on those. So I'm broadcasting from my phone. So if I miss something, I'm sorry, guys and girls. But tomorrow we're going to be talking about what the volunteers are going to do. We're doing Barto's first indoor con, which was supposed to be
Outdoors.
BartoCon in October was supposed to be the first one.
Right, exactly. Yep.
But at our last event, we kind of almost died setting it up and running it.
Yeah.
At the writers group.
If you don't die for me, then you're not loyal. That's the whole thing. Randy, you look sick. Why do you look sick?
I don't.
You've been at that gym again, haven't you?
Yeah, I've been working out.
You are going to that gym again, despite my don't do's. I get it.
See, what Randy's doing is it's a secret thing. Once I finally finish this trench coat, he's going to be my Jay to my Silent Bob.
Oh, I got you.
He's got to get really skinny, you know.
Hey, look, I'm no longer taking my blood pressure medicine. I'm no longer on cholesterol medicine, and I'm not a type 2 diabetic.
So is that like a slap at me, Randy? Or...
No, it ain't.
Did you see this face right here? You see how fat this face? Wait, look how fat my face is.
Oh, I love it.
It's
I love
huge.
it. Chunk.
Uh-oh.
See, Mark's known me for like 30 years up there, so... Oh, crap. Did we get somebody? Oh, there's Drew. Look at him. Wait a minute. I'm going to imitate Drew pretending to be sick.
Is he sitting
bull
on the
crap, Drew? I'm calling bull crap on you. See, this is why y'all don't need me on your podcast, because
Drew, it's the other camera showing.
Mark Sullivan can tell you I don't put up the crap, you know. So
I don't crap.
He knows. How many listeners, how many viewers we got tonight on a Friday night at 8:00 when I should be drunk right now?
Oh,
when food starts coming this way, I don't crap.
Oh, I got you. Okay.
Oh boy.
I'm trying to find my volume button on this thing, and I don't, because I want to hear Randy's pissing and moaning. So. So yes, we're having a meeting tomorrow about an event that we're doing for the Main Street comic book store here in Bartow. It's called the End of Summer, a sorting hat celebration. We can't use the word Hogwarts because I'll get sued and I'd have to be hitting all you guys up for money, and I don't want that. So we're gonna have our first meeting with our staff members tomorrow. The ones that can't make it tomorrow are going to come next Saturday. Randy has promised me that he's going to be there for both meetings. So
I will be there.
All joking aside, I pick on Randy a lot, but I could not do these events without him. So that's the way it goes. Sean, that Hagrid, what's his name? Not Hedwig.
Hagrid.
Hagrid beard is coming in very nice.
it is.
It is.
Yeah,
And I like
And I have the wig as well to make it bigger.
Oh, that's awesome.
And I planned it so that I could wear the staff shirt, and I'm on vacation working for y'all.
Oh, that's great. I'm not paying you overtime, so that's the way it goes. So
all you need to make this perfect is have a blue '59 Ford Anglia up front.
Oh yeah, that's right. That is exactly right.
So Snake will be complete.
Yeah, and Drew's been working on his Snape and the cane itself, or the wand for me is sorry guys, is started out as a Barbie wand or
Really?
umbrella.
Okay.
Oh, a
that's
Barbie
cool.
umbrella?
Wait,
Yeah.
Who's the guy with the headphones? I don't recognize him.
Oh, that's
The one below is John, I believe, is his
that's John
Earth
Jones.
name.
That is John.
Oh,
Laurie
wait. Are you
Gooding.
guys all looking at the same squares I'm looking at?
Yeah,
Yep, the
Are we all looking on
Klingons are in
squares?
the house.
we need 3 more to be the Brady Bunch.
Wait,
Or
I,
Hollywood
see,
Squares.
you're still on my Steam, Sean. Because I was going to sing "This Is the Story" of a lovely lady who's raising up 3 very young, nice, hot girls. Randy's not one
John-
of them.
John is the Jorn is the creative person behind all the CAG giveaways.
That's
Oh,
right.
okay.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, you do a good job. That's awesome.
He is basically the engineer for CAG. He didn't make it last year because he was sick. It looks
Yeah.
like he's a little bit better today after his last bout of stuff. How you
I'm
feeling,
still-
John?
I'm still waiting for surgery, which got postponed because of heart conditions. So, yeah, I'm doing better, but I need to be doing a lot better.
You will.
You'll get there.
Have faith.
I know.
More Klingon blood wine.
Yeah.
Sounds good about now.
I make enough.
And I just enjoyed some good Ractigino.
Ractigino is awesome.
John.
Yo,
Guys,
When
I
you're done,
a mutual friend of ours is playing food on Sunday. There's
I'm
some
sorry,
guy named
Drew.
Nick Mignana.
I'm sorry, Drew. I couldn't hear you.
What was that, Drew?
When you've had your surgery and you're feeling better, this little baby and I will be coming to your house.
He's got that Romulan ale.
I've got some actually. I want you
I've got
guys to
some too.
stop. I want you guys to stop just for 1 second because I want to bring this to your attention. Everybody, look at
Okay.
Randy. See the deer in the headlights look in his eyes. That's what I have to deal with when I work with him with anything with Bartow Cone or stuff with Bartow. So.
Sean, I'm getting better. Work is making me do presentations.
I know. I'm
There
very
you
proud
go.
of you on that.
Hey,
You're doing good, man.
Thank
Can
you.
I move now?
Yes, I pick on Randy.
so guys, one of the things we wanted to do today was thank Randy. I was asleep. Wake up to a message from Randy and a message from Drew saying, Drew going, you've got to see the intro. And Randy sending me the link to the intro. And I thank you so much because we've been just using the basic stuff for the intro. And I want to play it one more time just so that everybody can see it that might not have seen it when we first went live. And again, thank you.
Hey, you're
Hey, Drew, what kind of sword is that?
It's a classic Claymore broadsword.
He's got a bunch of
Claymore
swords.
too?
Yes. He has a wall of swords.
Two walls of swords.
I used
I'm
to
sorry,
be in
come
the
back.
SCA, so if you need any instructions on how to use them, let me know.
I used to teach sword fighting. So I know.
Randy's intros are great, but he recycles them all because that's the same intro almost
No.
for Travel Trailer Trekkies, except it has Drew and Sean's pictures in there. I'm not kidding. But when they showed the Mandalorian and anything Star Wars, that's when I went to the bathroom. I don't do Star Wars, so
Well,
So-
I'd like to bring something up Star Wars tonight if y'all have time.
Sure.
no, we don't have time tonight.
This is really funny.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. He's hauling the evidence out.
Okay, so I have a picture of Darth Vader that is signed by Dave Prowse and James Earl Jones, both, right? And to me, y'all have all heard the stories about Dave, right? How he didn't know that they were not going to use his voice and he's not allowed at cons and anything like that. So I find him being an asshole because Lucas don't like him because can I say asshole on the show?
We're on
Yes.
the internet. You can say
Okay.
anything you want.
He signed it as. Can y'all read that? Dave Prowse is Darth Vader.
You know,
To me, that's an asshole move.
Yep.
don't feel special. He does that for everybody, Randy.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's the way he signs everything.
Oh, I didn't realize, but still, that's
Yeah.
being
I like the guy with the headphones. I like the guy with the headphones.
a
In fact, Ray
He's-
Parks has glommed onto that, and he now signs. What was his character? Darth Maul is
Darth
Ray
Maul.
Parks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Hey, you guys mind if I have a drink on the show? Is that okay?
Go for it.
It's just because I got some authentic Romulan ale that evidently Drew was supposed to save me a bottle of, but I haven't seen yet. So I had to rely on some Star Wars friends to get it for me.
I don't think he's in the room.
He's not.
Nope.
He doesn't.
He gone.
on the toilet.
Did any of you catch Strange New Worlds this week?
Yeah,
I did.
Okay, who didn't?
Possibly Drew.
Mark, do you like Strange New Worlds?
I tell you what, I like the fact you've got a captain that cooks and well,
That's cool. Yep.
and they were serving Saurian brandy at the bar because Uhura.
Okay, the bottle you picked up and put in the camera looked black, and you pour it and it looks brown
it's
Oh,
blue.
it does. That's because
No.
you
or blue.
resolution.
No.
Hey,
But when you put the bottle up to the camera, it looked brown.
Really, that's crazy. It's
That
blue.
must be a trick of the light because it is blue
Yeah.
in the bottle.
Yep.
It is. It's blue. So, what's the discussion on? We talking about Star Trek, Star Wars, Back to the Future? Because Randy has this bad habit of putting random pictures into there. What is that? Oh, it's Professor Snape. Hi, Professor Snape. I'm sorry you did.
the hair club worked.
Oh, it's good, Drew. I'm excited.
Yeah, that's going to be fun.
Pouring some Sprite into my drink.
Well, there you go.
You gotta. That's the secret to this Star Trek Romulan ale that's like $80 a bottle, which I think is freaking ridiculous. You got to mix it with Sprite, or unless you're a seasoned drinker, you could probably handle it. But I've been drinking tequila tonight in preparation of having to deal with Randy on a Friday night, and so Hopefully this is and I knew Mark Sullivan was going to be here, and I've only known him for like 20-something years.
Only 3 billion years.
Yeah, only 3 billion years. He was great.
Mark and I were able to handle it without any.
Oh yeah.
No, yeah. It was like, I remember one time I was at the bar at the Hilton at the Balkan days.
Yeah.
And Avery Brooks and I, we were knocking back rum and cokes and stuff. We cruised all the parties that night and everything. It was fun. I was kind of like the guide for parties.
Avery Brooks was a very unusual person. Out of all the people I've met over the years of working with Volcon, with Joe and all that, and it was talking 22, 23 years, he was the most peculiar star, even over Shatner. And I thought Shatner was going to be a PIA, pain in the ass, but Avery Brooks, he was extremely particular. So we've lost Sean up in my little circle up here.
What was he particular about? Was there certain demands he had?
He just the way I'm watching Drew, and I can't get past him because there's like a stall time, and he's like over here, and then all of a sudden he's over here. He's magical. Avery Brooks was very particular. He was really into his. See, that's
there it is.
Oh crap! He was really into his African roots and stuff, which I dig and all that. That's cool, but he was just like Captain Cisco and talking like he was with the prophets. And Mark, did you meet Avery? When you met Avery, did you get that from him or what? And and I'm not knocking a man or anything, but he was very particular.
Yes and no. I remembered him from his older roles like Spencer for Hire and Hawk and all that. When he had his own show. He's got a chair at Rutgers.
It's been a long time since I've worn this much hair.
I feel you, bro. That's why I wear my fake hair. Avery Brooks was great. He was one of the greatest people that I've ever met over the years. And I've met everyone from the original Star Trek Next Generation, Voyager, Enterprise. I didn't meet Scott Bakula because he doesn't do conventions that often, or the gal that played T'Pol, the Vulcan chick on there. But I've got both of their autographs. I've had friends.
Later on, I think that was. I think he left when it became a Way mission. It was one of the last ones. It was in Tampa,
right?
And at the hotel there, and she was doing this new age stuff at the time. Everybody thought she was high. I mean, she was a nice lady, but it was like we were all being very polite, but it was like, what the?
What's her name? The Ocampa chick from Voyager. Did you meet her?
Oh yeah, she was okay.
Jennifer, what's her last
name? Jennifer was okay. The actress that actress that played Paul was. Everybody thought she was high.
Oh
she was doing all new age stuff, and and it's like, okay, but,
right.
We were hoping that she came down from whatever altitude she was flying at.
Oh yeah.
It may have been jet lag. Who knows?
I could tell you guys stories because I was behind the scenes on a lot of the Volcons with Joe and all of them, and that you would not believe. And I don't want to get into trashing actors and stuff, but Randy, let's hear about all the famous people you've met.
Yes.
Other than me.
That's about it.
I pick on Randy a lot, guys. Y'all know this, but Randy is seriously my right-hand man when it comes to doing these shows and stuff, and I couldn't do it without him. A lot of you guys know I'm going through a lot of health issues and stuff now, and Romulan L does help, but Randy, he is the key to all that we do with BartoCon. We do have a show coming up on August the 5th. It is a Harry Potter themed. It's called The End of Summer. a sorting hat celebration. We are starting to sell a lot of pre-registration tickets online, more than we have with the BartoCon, which we have Robin Curtis. But I think people are going to wait to the last minute for that one. But if you guys get a chance, come in. I know we're Star Trek, and I'm Star Trek proud. I always will be. But this Harry Potter thing, my wife Lori's really into Harry Potter, and we decided to do this, and we're doing it for the Main Street Comics. So we're going to donate part of the proceeds to them at the end of the show. And we were at the Bartow Civic Center today, and was doing some last minute things. We have a lot of great activities coming up during the event. It's from 10 to 5 p.m. I've got we had a bad day with the convention today. We had 2 food trucks back out, and I want to make sure that we could feed everybody. Don't get excited, Randy. I replaced them with 3 more, actually.
Good.
Seriously, I got on. We got home from our running around, and I got on the internet and I sent some messages out. Everyone, all the vendors have paid. We're going to have, I think it's 45 vendors there. The Bartow Civic Center is great. It is not huge. It is not going to be Marathon. It is not going to be Central Florida, whatever it's called up in Lakeland at the RP Funding. It's not going to be Tampa Bay Box Store Convention that's happening soon. But we're going to be great. It's for Bartow. I'm trying to bring more awareness to Bartow. Sean can contest to this. Lori and I are adamant about helping our small town. I am not trying to be MegaCon or whoever. I don't want to make $1 million and all of a sudden, hey, who are these people? And why is my grandmother dressed as Snape in this top square? I don't understand that. I keep looking at that. I'm like, Drew, you look like a grandma up there. Stop it.
Nolan, I got a question for you.
Seriously, we're just trying to. Yeah, there it is. See, he's trying to duck down now. Grandma, I love you.
I have a very serious question.
No, you're not grandma. My grandma had hair.
No,
We're just trying.
I'm your brother. No,
I've had other convention promoters talk to me on webcast and podcast and whatever you call them, and say, "Oh, you're trying to be like every other guy. There's a toy show guy that throws on a convention every other weekend, and he's all about money, money, money." I'm like, I'm not doing this for the money. If I make enough money to pay my house payment or my power bill with these shows, that's great. I don't want to be this multi-million-dollar company or anything. But if we do make that money and I can put it aside after the bills are paid, I'm going to do a giant convention. A giant convention is in the sights for BartoCon LLC. And I've talked to Randy about this, and he's on board about it, but I'm going to have 5 different sci-fi guests there. Star Trek, Star Wars, Stargate, okay?
Yay!
Harry Potter, and Doctor Who. That's what my plan is. No one huge. You're not going to see Richard Dean Anderson or William Shatner or, whoever. It's going to be the low-level guys.
Come on, get Jules straight, and then you got SG1, Stargate, and Firefly.
Yep, you're right. Right. I've never
Jules Straight's awesome.
I've never watched Firefly. Everybody's on my butt about it, but I've never watched Firefly.
Wow.
Big space western.
What we might be doing after the meeting tomorrow.
Possible. Not
Definitely
in
worth
my
the one. So Sean, you and Lori have
Sean, you've been to my house. If you walk
No, I haven't.
Oh, you haven't?
I've been to the outside only.
Oh, okay. All right.
Because remember, I normally work nights, and you've been scheduling the volunteer meetings on Sundays.
Right.
Which I work Sunday nights, but you did a Saturday one, so I'm like, hey, I'll go.
Good.
Well, Sean, you're in for a treat. Just don't touch the pinball machine.
Why?
Wait, there's a pinball machine I can't touch?
No, he can do that. He can touch it. I got to remember
No
those two
tilting?
lines here, huh? It's an original Star Trek pinball machine, and
Holy cow!
Jimmy
You don't want
Doolan
it
does
to-
all the voices on it, so that's really pretty cool. So.
Oh wow!
Randy's played it. Randy's son has played it. It's did you get all that straight with the butterbeer, Lori? We are having I don't want to call it a problem, but 3 of my vendors want to sell butterbeer at the Sorting Hat celebration, and it's becoming a big mess. But we're gonna straighten it out. So
Did one of them sell adult lemonade at Prehistoric Con?
Maybe no.
That's the
no,
one
they
you
did
want.
not.
Damn.
No.
Damn it, man!
But
That adult lemonade was awesome.
Randy, the cotton candy guy is coming.
Oh, I can't wait.
Sugar Beards, he has a cotton candy infused with natural herbs and spices.
That's the person. They also sold the lemonade.
Yes.
There's Lori.
Yes.
Hey, Lori.
Drew, put your
Hey,
wig
Lori.
on.
Drew, put your wig on.
Drew, put your wig on. Show
Yeah.
Lori.
We want to see that. We want to see that wig.
Michael.
Michael.
Or Sean. Sean's good.
Sean.
Drew,
Yeah.
put your wig on.
Oh,
Hold on, wait.
Randy?
Yeah, that's Randy pretending he's thin, but when he stands up, you can see he's really still
Randy,
fat. So
Hey.
your hand is really huge. Do that again.
wait. Don't look at Drew's square. I'm covering up Drew's square. Hold on one second.
What is this? The Hollywood
No,
Squares?
it's the Brady Bunch. Look, wait.
It's
wait,
Granny.
It's my grandma. It's Grandma
Can you get
Lily.
out of that?
No, wait, here he comes.
I don't know if
It's
you
in
guys
slow
can see.
motion. Look.
Oh man.
Lily! Granny! Thanks for showing up, even though you've been dead for 50 years. You look
So-
great, Drew. I'm
My
kidding.
friend Severus brought me here.
I don't know if you guys can
Lori,
see that.
Lori
So
and
just
Sean, both of you.
What, baby?
Just because we're the Star Trek guys, Star Trek and CAG, between 4 of us in here, that gets both sides, plus Sean and Randy Syfy. But just because we are the Star Trek guys doesn't mean that we don't love all sci-fi and all fantasy.
Oh, I know.
Amen to that.
Except for me, because I hate everything but Star Trek. So.
I thought you weren't going to watch
Randy and
any
I-
more of Strange New Worlds after the first comment you made.
He
On
can't
this
help it.
season.
He likes it a little bit.
Let me tell you about. I'm gonna tell you about. There's Kitty. Let me
Hey,
tell you about
Kitty.
Strange New Worlds. I am giving it all the chances in the world, just like I did with Star Trek Discovery. Sorry,
What's Mark showing us? Mark,
Mark. What is that you're showing us, Mark?
I don't know.
Oh.
Do you recognize
Oh,
the
it's
guy in the
awesome.
picture with me?
Yeah.
Oh,
That's Vic.
Mancingo. Donna. Yeah. Vic.
Oh, you
Yeah.
saw him this weekend?
Yes, last Sunday he was there.
I go into solo mode and you take the picture away.
I saw it.
Okay, here we go again. I will.
there he is.
Yep. Was that at the
Hopefully
toy show,
it's
Mark? Was that?
What's
was
that?
At the toy, was that at the toy show?
Frozen. I had an
Um,
interesting experience right before that. Apparently, the DAR and the GAR were having a convention there.
And
Well,
remember,
They were all in period uniform. I'm an old Connecticut Yankee. I was right at home.
That's all right. You got it.
we're kind of close personal friends with Vic,
Oh, that's
considering we spent 2 days destroying a what was that called? A wonton or egg roll factory.
cool.
Yeah, the abandoned egg roll factory with the lovely black mold, and the air conditioner
Yes.
almost fell on everybody.
Number
I
one
heard about
ingredient: black mold.
Yum.
I
I
have
missed
made.
all that.
I have finally made peace with Neutral Zone Studios. There was most of you guys know the controversy that I had, but I was blocked from their Facebook page for a long time
Oh, wow.
because someone that had a personal problem with me personally from Mark years ago back in the Volcon days put the kibosh on me, and now my friends that y'all met Larry and his brother Charles that does Scotty,
Mm-hmm.
and of course Joe's really involved with Neutral Zone now, and they have fixed all that. So Lori and I are planning on going up there with our Star Trek Enterprise and the Galileo travel trailer, and we're going to camp up there probably at the end of the year. We're in the process of working on that. So, because being the huge Star Trek fan that I am, I'm dying to see that place up there.
Well, I know they got the
What?
I know he's got a Guardian of the Galaxy he's going to be putting in.
Yep. And
And
I get jealous when I see you guys up there. What, Randy?
I said, and the Discovery Bridge. You're excited to see that, I know.
Can you get rid of Randy on this feed at all? Is that possible?
I know
Lori,
that.
bring me the duct tape. I'm going to put it on my screen
Drew.
on my computer.
Well,
I do know where
Drew.
Randy lives too. So.
Hold on, guys. Check your mic settings. Make sure it's going through the USB mic and not the default one.
while you're checking his mic, John, did you want to tell him what we did on Saturday with the USS Haven?
The Orlando Science Center had, I don't know, what was the Orlando Science Center doing this weekend?
It was their Astrofest.
Yeah, so they invited the Haven to run a display table, and we just happened to help out.
We were there security.
Nice.
It was interesting.
Did you say that was at Astrofest?
It says
Yeah,
it's on.
they had the Astrofest. It was last weekend.
It was at the Orlando Science Center. The event was Astrofest.
Oh, okay.
Right.
I don't think I've ever heard of that.
I haven't either.
Yeah, you keep making new things up.
Well, I know
No, I believe
that the Haven actually does a little technology of Star Trek thing at the Science Center. So anytime that they do an event, they do ask the Haven to come join. So she was asking, the captain of the Haven was asking for help putting it on.
Yeah, she was, well, that was my old ship.
Yes.
Nope, we supplied 3 Klingons for him.
Sure did.
Awesome. What
By the
did
way,
y'all have any like show or any reenactments or anything going on?
No.
Not really. I mean, we went around doing meet and greets and things like that. Oh, John, I ran into one of my old friends from Enterprise 1701. Carl works there. He runs the Observers Club. You know, the folks that do the stargazing at night.
Right.
What is it, baby?
Pretty neat. Yeah, that place is pretty good. Yeah, they had a lot of stuff going on. They have a special effects thing, a special effects room. They got a maze or two.
Well, the big thing in the special effects room was how to soft land on Mars. They kept dropping eggs.
Yeah.
How do you protect an egg? Keep it from breaking.
Nylons.
I don't think they had nylon.
I said it. I remember that from school. You make a box, you take a set of nylons, put them through, put the egg in the middle, tie it tight, and it will bounce in the middle.
You know, the last time I used nylons, I was dressed as Ialea from Star Trek: The Motion Picture. This was years ago at one of the Volcon events, and I'll have to say they were extremely comfortable. I actually had to shave my legs for the part, and
You look great.
I did. Did you see? Have you seen it? Do you have a
I've seen
picture
the
of it?
picture,
Randy?
yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's on the Facebook page somewhere. I think. But seriously, let's talk about something. I know
Okay.
I know how to save an egg with landing on the moon and all that. That's really fascinating. But let's talk about we got into Strange New Worlds, and I want to protect myself by saying this. I miss original Star Trek. I miss Next Generation. I miss Deep Space Nine. I miss Voyager, and I got into Enterprise a little bit. And I don't know how intently you guys are watching Strange New Worlds, but in the last 3 episodes, they have mentioned connections with Enterprise and the 2009 Chris Pine movies. Last night, I don't know, spoiler alert, Kirk, which I hate the actor that they have got playing
Jim
Kirk
Carrey Jr.
on there. It's Jim Carrey Jr. He is ugly. He has a pointed nose, and they're trying to get away from the male stereotype like William Shatner did portray Kirk, not getting into politics, but he's horrible. He is, I would have chosen anyone else but this actor, but he's trying. So, as you know, Sam Kirk is on
Enterprise.
is on Enterprise with Captain Pike, which is, of course, not continuity. But he goes on there, and they mention their father that was on the Kelvin, did not die, went on and was still in Starfleet. So Randy and I have this discussion constantly about canon and continuity with the new Star Trek shows. And I get it. They're trying to make a new Star Trek and rewrite the history. They throw in there, and a lot of fans have also said this, that it's a skewed timeline, like in Back to the Future when he traveled back, and then of course it's skewed down here, and then that was I get that. I'm not a huge fan of new Star Trek. I did not like the 2009 movies at all, but they did mention it was an altered timeline. And I think that's what they're doing with Strange New Worlds, because guys, and all y'all except for Randy, are huge Star Trek fanatics over the original Star Trek, just like I am. When do you guys remember an arena that a Gorn laid eggs into Captain Kirk's chest and then incubated and burst out like an alien from the Alien movies? Please, Mark, you remember that? Drew, do you remember that? Sean?
Yeah.
John, do you remember that at all? No. So they're making a whole new Star Trek, and I'm just trying to wrap my mind around it. Randy doesn't get it because he isn't a fan of the original Star Trek.
I'm gonna explain it in one thing.
Okay.
1980s movie
Right.
was with the DeLorean, right?
Right.
Went back in time, messed with one fucking thing, and changed everything when he came back, right?
Yes, I agree with that.
Star Trek went back and stole 2 humpback whales. What was the effect of that?
How much did that fuck up?
Yep. How much did it screw up the whale thing?
Is this where speaking of Back to the Future, is this where I say those 2 words? Great Scott!
Great
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you, guys. Hold up.
All right. Sean and Lori, do you have wands?
Yes, we do.
Oh, okay. Well,
Lori's been collecting all the ones. Wait,
I think Drew's got a wooden wand that he's made.
Okay,
here's one
I
right
made
now.
this one for
Drew,
Lori.
does this count?
Hold on.
I
Wait a minute.
have
Only if you're in Star Wars.
Hold on.
I made this one for
Here you go.
Lori.
Look.
Oh, I love that.
I made that for Lori.
Oh, nice.
You made me want
And I made this one for Sean.
Oh,
Awesome.
Drew is so awesome. We love you, Drew.
I just picked up a tree from my branch from my oak tree.
He did too, but he went and did it on the lathe.
Yeah, but then I cut it into sections like that. And
Shiver me timbers. We have ones and lightsabers.
I've got an original Ruby's that lights up in the box. Still works.
Oh yeah.
I think I could borrow it from my sister. She could tell you chapter and verse about every single book, every single movie.
Oh
Holy
yeah.
cow!
Lori has a huge Harry
You're
Potter
talking about Harry
collection.
Has she read the new book called Snape?
She's ordered it.
That's a great book.
I have it. I need to read it.
This hat is making my head hot.
It's not that.
Oh my God, Sean's bold! Ah, run!
No, he's not.
Not the fish, Sean. But
Hey, Sean. Sean, you want me to sum up Star Trek for you?
Do what?
Do you want me to sum up Star Trek for you?
You're not
They're
gonna
creating
sit
it
down
for
there, Sean,
ahead.
are you?
younger generation, and it's blowing by y'all old folks, y'all originalists, and that's what they want. They want these young kids watching Star Trek, and when I watch it, this stuff is great. And
What
I
is the
don't
term I think
at
coined
all
on the internet?
gripe about the continuity.
Right, Randy, it's just because you're scared of your kids because they're being raised in a really strange new world themselves. So.
They are.
Yeah. Well, I
Hey,
think
you
I
know
heard.
what? I have not admitted one time that I'm old, but I am. But you know, when you can watch an original Star Trek episode and realize that the monster of the week is not the devil in the dark, they're talking about the humans in the episode. That's what Star Trek is about. This new Star Trek, they don't give you the chance to, you know, think for yourselves. Oh my God, I was freaking in my 20s when I realized that Loki and Beale from Let That Be Your Last Battlefield were different colors on each side of their face. And that was
Yeah.
about racism. And I didn't get it. I do now. But Star Trek original and Deep Space Nine and Next Generation to a point and Voyager even made you think for yourselves. This new Star Trek
Is in your face.
it's in your face and it's spoon feeding you, or as someone referred to me the other day as, oh, you're drinking the Kool-Aid. No, I'm not. I'm a Hawaiian Punch guy. But you know, it's just think for yourselves. And Randy, you are right. The new generation of children and young people, they don't think for themselves. They have to be brought to it. If you watch streaming services now with Strange New Worlds or anything you stream, and you see these commercials on there on, oh, it's okay to have pubic hair. No shit.
That's nasty.
That's nasty. That's a private thing, number one, but why bring that up? Because young people are not being taught like they were when the six of us were brought up. Not getting political, but I'm just talking about Star Trek.
I am the kid of the group, I think.
No, maybe. How old are you?
I'll be 45 October 14th.
Yeah,
Randy's younger than you.
No, he ain't.
No, I'm
How old are you, Randy?
49 last week.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's right. You just had a birthday.
49, old fucker.
Yep. See, Lori. Oh, Sean's got his cat on the screen. We brought Kitty up, and now
This is not my cat. This
Who
is
the
my
fuck
niece.
cat is that? And
This
why
is
is
my-
she shit in your kitty litter?
This is my niece's cat. We're babysitting two of them because they moved 2 years ago to Colorado and they wouldn't fit in the car.
Sean,
And you've had these cats for 2 years?
they're your cats now.
They're your
Take it
cats.
to the back door, dude.
I'm trying to wrap my head around this.
I don't want them. I want a dog. I want to get rid of these things.
Your niece and her significant other
Husband
fit in the car,
with two kids.
didn't.
Hold on. Two children
Okay.
in a compact car with all that they could live with.
Okay.
Clothing and baby stuff. And they had a baby with them.
And
So
they see each other. They're doing
Throw
good.
the kids out. Keep the cat.
Sounds like a country western song to me.
That's a fit easier.
Just don't let Jason Aldean sing the country and western song.
oh Jesus Christ. No, it wasn't the singing part. It was the video. Why would you go to a never mind.
Never mind. Everybody in a small town
Wait.
carrying a vodka,
I'm
man.
hand on one side, but my counterpart is hand on the left.
That would disappear.
And
You guys,
I got
I'll never
people
do a
that
podcast again.
I got people that completely missed that whole thing of the significance of the video. And I'm like, yes, what he says makes sense. But the video is what made it bad.
Right.
If he had added maybe something from January 6th into it to balance it out, it might have been different. But whoever sat down and looked at it was like, oh, this is great. Didn't think of the historic significance.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like doing a music video and about Germany and taking you
Girl.
to the ovens.
Yes, you're right. You're exactly right.
Mhm.
But I think that America has grown. I know that a lot of people think it's went backwards, but I think that America has grown, that we are eventually getting past racism. It's going to take a little bit longer because you can even watch Star Trek and Star Wars, Randy, and any other science fiction thing. Alien Nation is a great thing.
Oh,
Aliens
jeez.
Alien Nation, aliens land on Earth, and what happens? We make them our slaves. And, even science fiction is preaching. It's going to be a long time before we get past the slavery issue. But I think nowadays, because I think we've went past it already, and it's just there are a few, just like in the evil male white world, there's the evil male black guys that are fighting and to try to keep it alive. It's Star Trek Undiscovered Country. Some of the Klingons want peace. Some of the Klingons want war. Some of the Federation wants peace. That is honestly, I think that movie, Undiscovered Country, fits in to what we are living in the United States right now more than ever. And because I love that movie. It's one of my favorite Star Trek movies. But if you watch it, it is exactly what's going on right now. Because what did Chancellor Gorkon said? Our generation is going to have the hardest time living now because of the change. And I think that we honestly are going through that. Randy, I'm not picking on, but he has young kids that are going through college and still some that are in high school and all that stuff. He is having to face it. And he understands this. It is the hardest time for kids who are the next generation to come up, because if they don't deal with it, where are we going to be? You're already seeing it with work and things like that. Kids are not wanting to work. They're wanting to get their hand out to the government. I'm sorry I'm making this political, but I'm just trying to make a Star Trek point here. It's no different. Randy laughs because he's nervous, because his kids are probably watching this, and he's going to end up with a snake in his bed or a newt that he spent $50 on that his son has in an aquarium in there. Hey, it's not a newt. What is it, Randy?
What is it?
What's that thing it's got the newt, the little worm guy, the little lizard guy that's in the water? What is that thing called?
Thank you, Phil.
Oh,
it's dead already, is it? Captain, it's dead already.
It's an axolotl. A Mexican axolotl.
Which is a newt. So it's an underwater lizard with gills. So it's a cross between a tadpole and a frog. That's what.
Is it a white one?
No, it's purple, isn't it?
It's pinkish and yellow. It depends. But
I remember.
So anyway.
Yeah, I remember raising a salamander from the newt phase all the way up to a salamander. But that doesn't change, I don't think.
Salamander in a small town.
So
Drew's like to put his head.
So I'm going to contradict you on one thing.
Okay.
Not all the kids of this new generation don't want to work. And the reason why I know this is I work at Walmart at night.
God, no.
And half of our
off button on this thing.
half of our workers, and I'm looking for another job. I'm applying every day now. Half of the workers are 18, 19-year-old kids,
Right.
and they work just as hard as us. I'm going to say this. It isn't the kids necessarily. It's the government has allowed companies to get out of hand. Because I'm going to say this. When I was graduating college with my AS in 99, $9.50 an hour was an amazing rate.
It was.
It was enough that I could drive from Winter Haven to Lake Mary, Heathrow, to work. Get off, drive to St. Petersburg, pick up my ex-wife, drive home, and then in the middle of the night decide, hey, let's go visit Tallahassee.
Oh, yeah.
I ate 3 meals a day out. I had spending money. I had gas. I could go see movies. I'm making a little under double that now.
And you can't do anything.
I can't afford my mortgage by myself. So to say that it's all about that, it's about wanting to make money that's worth it. Because when you get off of work and feel like you're going to need to go to the hospital at the end of the day, you've worked so hard, and you look at the paycheck at the end of the week, and then you look at the corporate CEO and see how much he makes, and knowing that he goes home and feels great at the end of the week, there's something wrong with that.
You know, if
And
I
if you're
may
looking for a reason, if you're looking for a reason why young people do not have the work ethic that we're talking about, you have to look at the fact that they've watched their parents work 2 and 3 jobs to make ends meet, and going, is this what I have to look forward to?
Yeah, you're right, John. You're exactly right.
I've been thinking about this for a long time.
Now, here's the other thing. Before sci-fi, there was a type of writing that I'm sure all of us read at one time called fantasy.
Yes.
No.
Fantasy and sci-fi were the only areas that you could find a discussion on racism openly in the book, and it was okay.
Sci-fi started in the 1800s with Frankenstein.
Yes.
Mary Shelley.
Everybody thinks
Then you
Frankenstein's
had
a horror
Jules
book, but it's
Verne
not. It's science fiction.
and H.G. Wells writing science fiction.
Yeah.
Madison came in the 1930s, 40s, and 50s.
Mm-hmm.
But
a lot
wait.
later on.
Wait. Authors' legends were fantasy.
I'll tell
I'm
you
sorry,
what.
I'm laughing because I'm looking at Randy with a deer in the headlights.
500. 500 AD. Author and legends were fantasy, right?
Randy, do you need an eye patch?
He does. He does.
I'll tell you what, guys.
Randy, you're gorgeous. Let's change the subject. We're getting too deep. We've lost all of our listeners, and hey, is that Victoria?
Yep.
Yeah,
Hey,
yes,
Victoria.
me.
Hey, how are
Hey.
you?
Good.
Good. I'm glad to hear that. I miss seeing you.
Hi, Tori.
Well,
I
if she
call her
didn't
Victoria.
work
That's her name.
tomorrow, if she didn't work tomorrow, I'd bring her with me to the meeting.
Oh, that's cool. Hey,
But
some
she
of us
went
have
to
to work. on that.
Legoland.
Yay. So
This girl busts her butt at Legoland.
Yippee.
I know she does. I know she does, and I still haven't had one Lego in my house. So
All
I'm
right,
good with
how many of us men are married or have been married? All of us. Mary Shelley has proved something that we have known since the dawn of time. Inside a woman's mind is frightening.
yes, it is. Read one of Randy's wife's books if you want to be scared crapless. So,
I have.
she has a deep demented. I fear for Randy's life.
I know, right?
At first, I thought that they were setting up a booth for Randy's character, and then I realized it was for her writing, and I was like, "Oh, this is where he gets it."
Yes. She's doing. Randy. Tell everybody what Ashley's got. She's doing another independent book fair, isn't she?
She is. She's like, this company does a world tour. I don't think she's going to do that, but she is going to stick to the Southeast and go around, doing story time and reading her books and selling through these indie promotion things they have set up for all these local authors. So it's fixing to get pretty busy between all of Sean and Lori's and her stuff. I'll be all over the place. I won't have time to do anything.
My goal is with BartoCon is to hire Randy full time, so he doesn't have to work for the man anymore or the woman, whoever he's working for. But
between Randy and Joe,
yeah,
you're two guys that move the toilets around.
That's right. I've moved toilets for you, Sean.
Hey, thanks for bringing that up. If I was in health and I wasn't about to die that weekend, Randy, I would have been moving them with you.
I know.
Whatever.
When Lori said the toilets have to be moved, and all of a sudden we see the trailer going by.
The real reason why Randy doesn't want his wife on this world tour is because she's going to find another guy that doesn't have a freaking pink newt in his bedroom that he calls Fred to feed every night. Because there are real men out there, and that's really the real reason. Chicken nugget. That's right. Shut up. Lori's making fun of my fish. I have fish that have names, and I talk to them. It's like Aquaman. Oh, you want to show us that card again, Drew? Show us the card. Drew's trying to change the subject.
Hold on.
BartoCon.
I got to pull it up.
Yep. Shameless plug.
Yep.
That's it.
Now,
Robin Curtis.
I did have a question about that.
Sure.
Shameless plug. Sean, I plug that thing 24/7.
I know you do. You're my biggest promoter. Go ahead, Sean. What were you saying?
Because it was planned before the strike, and we're not directly involved with the strike entity, she's allowed to come?
Robin Curtis has not done anything in a long time because she is a real estate agent now.
Okay.
Joe and Lawrence have gotten their personal friends with her. So I sent my contact, I sent Joe a message and I said, is this going to affect it? Because if you look at her Facebook page, she's got the on strike thing on there and all that. That's part of the Hollywood clique. I get it. But they still need to make money. And
yeah,
I've been watching stuff that people have been talking about, this Tampa Bay show that's coming up. All the stars are still going there. They're just not allowed to talk about any upcoming movies or shows that they're involved with to promote them. So a lot of promoters, including myself, are nervous right now because this is the first show that we are doing that actually has a movie star. Yes, Robin Curtis doesn't do that much, but she still supports the Star Trek world and all that. Y'all have all seen the videos she's done for us. She's coming. We had what's Vanessa's last name, Lori? Lori.
What?
What's Vanessa's last name?
Branch.
Vanessa Branch contacted us today via phone. Now, if you don't know who Vanessa Branch is, she's been in a Voyager episode. She played the older version of the little girl that was on there, Naomi Wildman. They did a future episode.
Yeah.
She was in Pirates of the Caribbean. She actually slapped Johnny Depp in the face.
Mm-hmm.
Woo! Big call to fame there. She lives in Dunellen, and she wants to come to BartoCon. And if she has the right price, she'll be at BartoCon. But I don't think that the strike is going to affect the movie stars from performing at conventions. Because
Now-
you would ruin a lot of conventions that are going on right in the next couple of months.
Anything that happened back, like when Robin did Con and MacGyver and all that, from what I understand, you can talk about what you did in the past.
Yeah.
It's
Now-
anything currently on the ledgers.
Now, the one thing that I did hear that might not affect, since it is far in the past, is if you want something signed, you need to bring the photos. They can't bring the studio produced headshots and stuff like that. That
Mhm.
they
That's another good thing about Robin is she has her own stuff. So
right. I'm saying
studio produced.
to be safe, bring your own stuff to be autographed
Correct.
if you go to a con. And they also said that cosplay is not part of the SAG thing. Cosplay that's paid to be at a premiere is different. So if you're called up by a studio and said, "Hey, can you come cosplay at my premiere?" and the SAG thing is still going on, don't do it. But us having fun and being cosplayers, Randy being Bane, the house elf. I swear you got to make that shirt, Randy. Or just get that's an easy costume. All you got to do is get a potato sack.
Yeah.
Put it over your head.
But us playing Klingons or whatever else, that doesn't affect the strike. It is if you literally get asked to come perform at an event that's with a strike company. And BartoCon, one thing, is not involved with any of the striked entities. This is a separate, not-for-profit that helps the community. And one thing that Sean said at the beginning, you could ask me about what happens. I saw Prehistoric Con, and I saw the Writers Block Party, and it amazed me how much was able to be donated to those two organizations to help out from such a small event. When I say small event, one block versus Syfy Bartow, which is half the fucking city. Sorry.
Yeah, that's all right.
I'm trying to cuss less. But
Let me know how that goes for you, because I fucking trying to do it too.
we are trying to get the show to be a serious interview show eventually. But talking about this,
Sean, I've taken it very seriously tonight. Except that you got Randy on here, and that's just kind of messed me up. He's nothing. So,
but one of the things, you go in and you realize how much Lori puts into this to get these things together, and then Sean and Randy and Joe and Sean, Randy's kids, and the rest of the volunteers, how much is put on. And at the end of the day, an organization like the Bartow Food Bank or Community Center,
yes.
Community Center, out of that small Writers Block Party, got a donation of $1,000, which for a community center is not $1,000. Let's be honest. Community center takes that $1,000 and makes it either $3,000 or $4,000 worth of food.
Correct. Yes, and they do
So,
that.
so that time period that Lori spent organizing the event, and Sean and Lori and Randy going around collecting money on top of that event to be able to donate, and then us coming in and working 8 hours to help set up and make sure everything's going right as a group, to be able to, at the end of the day, hand that check to an organization that does such good. That's why I come each time.
Right.
It's not necessarily for the event. And what I try and do is at each event, I try and find one or two vendors that I can support as well, because they are the ones paying for a lot of the event.
Well, Laura and I do not get a paycheck for these shows. I mean, when the residuals are done and everybody's paid, and Randy gets his check for $5,000 for helping move porta potties and all that, we get what's left over, which is usually, just like I said.
I hope you're recording this, other Sean.
Nothing. So Randy knows. I pick on Randy a lot, but Randy's probably one of my best friends in the entire world, and I talk to him a lot, and he puts up with a lot of crap for me, and because I'm a very negative person, I'm trying to be better, but I'm a realist, and I want Randy to be more real, because I, like a lot of you guys, I don't have a button in this head that I can click and say, well, I'm not going to worry about this. I can't do it. I'm constantly thinking, and I'm probably, well, Drew is the exception, have had a heart attack out of the group of us of guys. I don't know you, John. I don't know how healthy you are. You said you're going through some stuff. Mark, I don't think you have. And it's just, I got to find that switch to turn it off, which I can't. Randy is like my Jiminy Cricket on my shoulder, and I don't like to talk about Disney because I hate freaking Disney World.
If you find that switch, you have got to tell me where the hell it is.
See, and you're dealing with the same thing.
You
my friend Drew. What is it, John?
If you want the switch, it's finding the right people for the right departments, because once you have the people in place that know what they're doing, you can forget about worrying about that department. I know this because I have run 2 conventions.
Right.
And if you get the right people for the departments, you don't have to worry about that part of the show. And they will take care of it because it's their priority.
Well, I better step down then, because he still worries with me.
Okay.
I do not.
John,
Randy,
I thought he was saying he doesn't.
hey, John, Sean and I share another problem in life in order just to keep ourselves running. Here's where everybody at the high stress range lives. We live somewhere up here. And most people have no concept of people who, it doesn't matter how big, how small, how medium, up here. Which is why we're both so incredibly handsome. I'm telling you. That's what
Randy has run the Syfy Bartow car show since day one, and he does a phenomenal job. I like to interject a little bit because Randy, and you will not take this personal.
I won't. I love you, Sean. Say whatever.
He's not a leadership guy. He'll back down. He has done some questionable things over the years, but I trust him. He let a kid in the car show contest this year that had a cardboard box around his freaking neck, like that looked like a police car or something.
That was Kim's son.
And the guy and the kid won a trophy, which I would have declined that. But hey, I let Randy make the decision. So
yes,
that kid,
box, you would have let her enter.
Hold on, that kid did walk around the whole 12 blocks of the show with a boombox in the cardboard box playing music throughout the whole event.
It was for Initial D.
And that's I know whose son it is. It's Kim's son. And I tell you what, his trooper is awesome, which his mom plays sometimes. But I thought that was hilarious. I didn't know he was part of the car show.
Come on, Kim Klein?
Yeah.
Okay.
That was her son.
Then I'll let it go. No, but my point of the story is I trust Randy, and he does a really good job. and
Right there.
I let him do what he wants to do. That's his part of the show. I don't want nothing.
That
to do
was
with
on
it.
top.
I had someone message us today that
Is it
wants
that
to bring a bunch of cars, and we automatically said talk to Randy about it. And I said, just remember, it is not a regular car show; it's themed cars. And evidently, they were at Syfy Bartow this year. And what was the name of the group, Lori?
What?
What was the name of the group that called you today about the car show? Mopar.
Mopar Mafia.
No, it wasn't Mopar Mafia.
Yes, it was.
Oh, was it Mopar Mafia? And they come to a lot of the shows, but it's just I trust Randy. And same thing when we get into the BartowCon show and this Hogwarts thing, because Randy, y'all haven't been to the meetings yet. Randy's going to have a lot of responsibilities, and I'm having him up on stage with a microphone to direct the costume contest
Right.
and the fashion show, and he's going to be doing all the announcings on at Hogwarts. No, he's not. Randy is a great background guy. He supports everything. I pick on him a lot, but like I keep saying, Randy is Syfy Bartow would not run without Randy Strickland. So, and I honestly believe that. Same thing with Joseph, Joe, as y'all call him. He is the best Chief O'Brien in real life that I've ever run into, and he is the operations guy, and he keeps everything straight. His customer service skills need a little bit of polishing, but I let him get by with it because I'm big on customer service. But
His customer service skills when they've asked for the wrong thing 17 times in a row, and he's ran back to your house to get it, is questionable. I wonder why.
Yeah, you know,
When
and
when one of your volunteers is just a stubborn old fart and doesn't eat, forgets to drink water and everything else, and he forces him to sit down, makes him eat, makes him drink 3 bottles of water before he even stands up again. I don't know why you wouldn't trust him.
But I think, Sean, you're proving my point with Joe and Randy. You got 2 guys that you can trust to get the job done. So if you could have more people like them, you'd have less work.
I would love to run across just 2, maybe 3 more people like Randy and Joseph, because
All you need.
yeah, and it's just that's all that I would need to run the departments because, you know, just like we're gonna have this Hogwarts event. This is the first event that we are charging a fee to enter the show. It's $10, but I need people to watch doors to make sure people are not trying to screw us by slipping their friend in to the back door, and that's why it's going to be a lot different for our volunteers at this show because they're not going to be out in the hot sun for hours on end. It's going to be in a nice cool deal and the nice bathrooms and all that. It's going to be like a regular indoor convention, but I need people to watch doors and stuff. So that's going to be the difference because there's not going to be a car show. Randy won't have to do all that. So
there is one thing that I'm going to need at least 10 minutes where I can set up the broadcast from my phone and test it because for the BartowCon, we do plan on trying to broadcast the panels.
What is it, Laura?
All of a sudden, something's hit me on the head. It was a cat's tail.
Oh, yeah.
If you're
Anything
going
you
to broadcast the panels, I suggest you record them.
Well, here's the thing.
Podcast.
Well, here's the thing with the StreamYard. As long as we have an internet connection, it broadcasts and records them.
Okay, there you go.
And we will be figuring out Sean's setup so that we can, or not Sean, Randy's setup so that he can pop over and kick it over to the Syfy Bartow Science.
Talking Syfy.
Talking Syfy.
Page.
So that it will be broadcast on that as well.
Oh, that's
so
awesome.
that we if this works, we'll be able to broadcast all the panels. And while it is a small show, by the Russell Camp Broadcasting Group being able to pop in a camera or two to stream it, that takes it and takes the small convention and gives it a bigger feel.
And not only that, but if you do a second year, you've now got advertising material.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one of the things I do at all these shows is I video so that we can make videos for advertising throughout the year. And that's been the problem this year with all these new shows. We don't have anything. So yeah, I'm looking forward to getting there and getting some videos so that we have something for the second year.
We have already booked the Hogwarts event for next year. It's going to be on the 3rd of August. We booked it today.
You're adding the writers event to it, right?
We are changing the name of the writer's block to Comic Continuum. We're going to make it about comic books, writers, and artists, and we're moving it indoors as well.
Oh, cool.
So yeah, it's going to be at a facility called the what's the name of that facility, Lori, that we're moving the writer's block to? The Carver Center. Carver Rec. Yep. And it's nice. And
Where's that at?
It's on the east side of Bartow near the golf course. And
there's a golf course?
Yeah, the Bartow golf course. It's right next to it. This has become a Zoom meeting, and we didn't need to make this a Zoom meeting.
Did you watch the show from when we went up to do the pictures for the train?
I did not.
It became basically Ray telling everything that's going on with Neutral Zone Studios.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool. But that's good, though, because he's very familiar with all that.
So the thing of it is that's what we've been trying to get you on, is this is your chance to talk about your thing, and it's an advertisement afterwards.
All right. Well, then I'll go with this. Don't ever get into the convention business. I love it. I love it, but it is so much problems. It's very heartbreaking. Lori and I, Randy, you haven't heard this yet, but we had a very bad day today with this event we got coming up in 2 weeks because we realized that people haven't paid their vendor fee. We had 3 people trying to back out on us, which
Two of them did.
2 of them did. I had to replace that because they were food vendors, like I was telling you earlier, and we have to feed everybody. There's a good chance this is going to be way over capacity with visitors. The Bartow Civic Center is great, but it doesn't hold that many people, and I have to deal with a fire marshal that is letting us hedge a little bit. Are you coming to say something? Yeah. Hold on, Lori wants to say something.
On that note, the Civic Center asks, how many people do you expect at this event? Well, I hope to expect 10,000 people, but I can't say that because that facility only holds 500 to 800 people. Okay, so we have 45 vendors, 20 volunteer staff. So, and another, not to mention the food vendors. So we already have 100 people in the facility because each vendor is going to bring a second person with them. So we have to fudge and say, oh, we're only going to see about 500 people. How can we make any money on just 500 people? We can't. And the money that we're trying to make for this event feeds the next event and the next event and the next event down the road.
Plus, we're donating part of the comic book store.
A portion of it will be donated to the comic book
I'm having to pay some entertainment and things like. Go ahead. What?
2 words: traffic flow.
Yeah, I have
Keep them moving.
I have a foot counter at the entrance door. There's only one entrance door.
The front?
the front door, and then the exit door
Okay.
will have a foot counter as well. So when we hit that 500 mark, the exit counter will have to get with the entrance counter to take away what has left.
Like Walmart used to do during the pandemic.
Yeah.
They would
Oh, that
only
was
let-
stupid.
Yes, it
It
was.
was stupid, but we have to
Oh.
maintain it because I don't want
Hold
the
on.
people to come in and say, "Oh, wait, you've got 800 people in here. You need to
You know-
shut it down," and they can do that to us.
You
Will
know
the
how they
city
said that
monitor?
there was supposed to be less people in Walmart?
Supposed to.
You can't have less people when it takes the full parking lot to hit your max number.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
It was 1,000 people for the Winter Haven Walmart. Guess what? That's a lot of fucking people in Walmart.
Well,
Hey,
not to mention
language there,
you
Captain
have
America.
at least 250 of those are employees.
They didn't count though.
Oh, really? Well, see,
Yeah.
we have to count our vendors and our
Okay.
people who are working the event.
So, is the food court going out that side door?
It'll be out the main entrance door.
Okay, so
It'll be on the west entrance.
the
The
one that's
north
by the road.
Yes.
Yes, the one out by the road.
Not where we were at for the Christmas parade. That's the exit area there. So, just like I'm just trying to tell you, it's Oh, Randy, what were you saying? Go ahead.
Is the city going to be monitoring that as the show's going on?
Fire marshal will.
Will,
The fire
will he
marshal
be there? Will he actually be there?
He will pop in just to make
Oh.
sure. The city Parks and Rec and Civic Center employees, they're coming as patrons. Matter of fact, one of the main ladies in the office, she's already bought 4 tickets. For
Holy
the
cow.
event. Her family, they're huge Harry Potter fans.
Drew's got something to say. What is it, Drew?
Actually, I have a
And
question. Can
I'll say this, Lori and Sean.
Yeah.
I was gonna
Go
say,
ahead.
can tents be set up
the
outside?
conventions that I ran,
Right?
back in Omaha, Nebraska, we broke even and made a little bit of profit with only 300 or 400 people attending.
And that's
So,
all
it
that
can
we're
be done.
asking to do. But you just, John, like you look at Syfy Bartow, which you're familiar with.
Yeah.
Drew, no, we cannot set tents up outside.
The food vendors.
The
are
food
outside.
vendors are going to be outside. But what we're facing is when Syfy Bartow started, the first one, we had 1 block and almost 3,000 people showed up.
Oh,
This has already happened at the prehistoric con that we did a few months ago. Almost 2,500 people showed up to that thing with limited advertising. So we've been really pushing the Hogwarts event and BartowCon on the Syfy Bartow Facebook page. There are 30,000 people following that. So if they say, "Oh, these are the same people that are doing Syfy Bartow," we're going to come because that's an awesome event. So all of a sudden, I got 30,000 people wanting to get into the Bartow Civic Center. The parking is not going to be able to hold that. And it's going to piss people off, and it's going to turn into the whole mega whatever it is over in Orlando with the parking, the mega bullshit con. And it's going to, and I don't want that publicity. So we're talking about, inside baseball stuff here. Like you asked me to talk about, there's a lot on us with the next couple shows that we do because we are trying to be humble and do a small show. I wanted to do BartowCon before Syfy Bartow, but the city wanted me to do it downtown, so we couldn't do it. And I wanted to start off small, and I wanted to grow. Now, what has happened is I started Syfy Bartow, and it has exploded. So now I'm trying to back it up and say, "Oh, I want to do this little humble show," and it's not going to be humble. That's what I'm worried about, So you laugh, Randy, but I'm gonna have you go out there telling people they can't come in. So
Just
Randy,
open the doors,
Randy
buddy.
down for that, Lori. Randy's up. You can't come in yet. Can't come in, guy. All
They
right,
pay their money, they can come in.
I would love that, but then you're gonna be coming bailing me and Lori out of jail.
Hey, Randy, check your messages.
Oh, messages?
Yeah.
Dude, if I do that, I'll be out of here. Where do I go?
We have to go
Facebook.
because if we fuck up,
Facebook's on your phone. Check Messenger.
See, he's gone now. He's doing this via his phone.
Oh,
We're all on their phone, or I'm on my phone because the computers are like, this is. I've
I
got.
the
I
good
have,
ones are right here.
I wanted
Yeah.
to do this with my phone.
I'm back.
There he is.
I made it.
I haven't
But
turned
started
on.
working out. I started working out because I thought I was gone.
Oh my god.
Put your daughter's dumbbell down.
Xander, his son, does look like a girl to me, but has he got that haircut yet?
No, he's growing it
How's
out
he
for
gonna-
lots of
I
love.
told him he couldn't volunteer unless he had that haircut. So.
He knows to put it in a ponytail, but he's growing it out for locks of love for people that want hair, that want it implanted, Sean.
Hey, I've grown my hair down to my butt 4 times.
Newsflash: that hair was your butt hair.
No, trust me. My butt hair is not that long. You know, when you sit on it, it curls.
I don't want to hear this. But no, seriously, guys, this show has the potential to make future shows a lot bigger because Lori and I want to do a big show one day. And we got to play it by the rules, unfortunately. And if we make the money and we have any left after this show, we're going to play it forward and make BartoCon more successful. Then that's going to springboard into 2024. And like I said, we are searching now for a bigger venue for a bigger show, and there are none. RP Funding Center wants way too much money. Hotels, I've been told by other friends of mine that have been in the business, don't get involved with a hotel because they will nickel and dime you. Yeah.
Okay, I've heard. I'm sorry. I've been in the convention business, and I run the other way. In that, if you go with a hotel, you can negotiate a hotel room, and function room contract together, rather than having to go hotel rooms on one side, function space on the other, separate contracts.
Yeah, if you get the convention rooms from the hotels, a lot of times, as long as you meet a certain number of hotel rooms, the convention room is paid for.
I got you.
Yeah.
We used to do that for the church leadership conventions.
The problem with that, only in Polk County, is there's no convention hall or hotel room big enough to hold that. That's the problem. We found the perfect place to have a convention, but it's 45 minutes south of here in Arcadia, Florida.
I got the perfect place.
Where?
State Farm Building in Winter Haven.
Okay.
It's freaking empty.
Yeah, but you got power issues and things like that. So
a place in Bartow that's freaking empty, but it's full of mold and not kept up by the city.
right.
Oh,
Yeah.
There's 100 places like that in the Polk County area, but truthfully, they're not worth it.
We are. I'm looking to Brandon to do the big show I'm talking about. There's a big hotel over in Brandon that has a big convention. We're talking about doing it at the Plant City Strawberry Festival place too. They have a nice hotel across the street from there. I mean, it's just we're not in that. We're in the early planning stages of that, but it's a challenge because I'm not in the convention business to make money. I want to give back to the community. And by me and Lori moving what we're doing out of Bartow, we're not helping our community anymore. I mean, we're doing the Prehistoric Con in Mulberry. I'm helping Mulberry. We're doing the toy and game Fair and Fort Meade, which is just 8 miles south of Bartow. And we're helping the town of Fort Meade. So if I move it to Sean and Lori's convention at the RP Funding Center, who's that helping but Sean and Lori? And I don't want to be that guy. I'm sorry. And no disrespect, Mark, you'll understand this, to Joe or Ray Tessie or anybody like that that's doing stuff to gain for themselves. I don't want to do that. I want to give back to the community, and that's the main thing. It has helped us. Why we did the event for the church service center, the community service center, with the writer's block. That show was not well attended. Half of y'all were there, but we made money. Lori and I had made a little money. We donated money to the church service center, and everything. The bills were paid, and it was great. The money that Lori and I made was not very much, but that's not what it was about. We were hoping it would have been bigger, but now that we are trying to do events on Main Street Bartow or the surrounding streets, the Main Street Bartow organization, which we do Syfy Bartow for, is a little nervous, or I don't want to use the word jealous, but we're taking away from their events. Like, why should we support this? Even though we partnered with them, put them on all our media and our flyers and on the radio, and they were going to help us with the street closures and the porta potties and the insurance coverage. We were told 2 days before the writer's block by the Main Street office, oh, I'm not giving you porta potties. But when we actually had it written and recorded that they were going to do that for us, they backed out on us. So that cost me and Lori $500 on the Friday before the writer's block, because I can't have an event where people can't go pee or poo. That's crazy. But it's just somebody left us. Drew left us.
Yeah, he's not feeling well.
Oh, that's all
I
right.
think he's pretty tired.
Yeah, he looked like he was. But it's just, and Ron, John, you know this for a fact. No, he's been not. Drew was not feeling good. Sean told me that before the show started. But John, you know this because you've run conventions. It takes a lot of money to pull that crap off.
Mm-hmm.
And
Hey.
What?
And your
Sean,
biggest
are you laying down?
I'm on a couch.
Okay, go ahead, John. I'm sorry. What were you saying, buddy?
The biggest complainer is always going to be, why do you have to charge so much money?
Now, I didn't realize that Bartow's little street group backed out on that. It makes sense why the barriers and all didn't show up for 4 hours.
That is correct. And why they were picked up immediately when the event wasn't even over, they were picking the barricades up, which makes a very dangerous situation. So, Randy, you were there at the very end, and you and Joseph, were you seeing that I was in bad shape? I had an attack with I've got lupus. I don't know if you guys know that or not, but they've died.
Dude,
yeah,
we were all dying that day.
Yeah, and it was a bad day, and the heat got to me, and thank God for Randy and Joseph and you, Sean. You helped us an awful lot. But
that was a tough one.
I was stressed, and we decided on the way home, and Lori and I talked about it, and it's a 2-second drive from where we are to our house. I said, no more are we doing anything at Main Street Bartow except for Syfy Bartow. Well, we're having issues with Main Street with Syfy Bartow. They are threatening to take our funding away for it. Newsflash, we don't get funding for Syfy Bartow. They pay Lori and I a modest fee to throw that on. They keep all the vendor money. We had 200 vendors at Syfy in February at $65 a piece. Do the math, gentlemen. Main Street Bartow made off like bank robbers. And that is not just the first one. Every one of them has been that way. First thing they did after Syfy Bartow was over, they told me they wanted me to go up $10 on the vendor fee. So now it's $75 to be a vendor. Sean and Lori get nothing off of that. They pay me. I'll be completely honest with you. I get $2,000 for doing Syfy Bartow, and it takes us a year of planning, and we end up throwing in about $2,500 of our own money above that $2,000. Lori said we spent $4,000 this year above the $2,000. So, is it worth it? It is for my soul because I've grown it, and I could move it. I have other cities wanting a Syfy Bartow, and if the political end of what's going on with Syfy Bartow doesn't straighten up, I will. I will move it, and because I'm that serious about it.
Well, when they said that they wanted to raise the rate, you go, well, it's costing me $5,000 just to put this show on. So you're going to need to raise my fee because I bring the volunteers in and I also plan all this stuff. So my fee is we're going to do a 50-50 split.
Well, yes, and I did hit up. I asked for a $500 raise the night that Randy, me, and Lori and Joseph were cleaning up pig and kangaroo crap that the Cool Zoo. Don't ever hire Cool Zoo if you do anything.
What the hell?
Yeah, we had to clean up behind them.
Wait. They got paid, so
yes, I know.
They should have cleaned
the road.
No, I'm saying the downtown Bartow, if they're not going to raise your rate, they should have been the ones cleaning that up.
The city refused to do it.
Oh well.
And John, you know me. I have to play nice with these guys. But problems that the general public do not see. Did 30,000 people walk away from Syfy Bartow this year happy, thinking it was the most awesome thing? Yes. Did 20 people that had to bust their ass to make it happen and blood, sweat, and tears, pissed off or mad? Yes, that happened. It's just the things that go along with the business, So just like today when we got word that the American Legion, which has been at all of our events doing hamburgers and hot dogs, they feed my staff members for free. They made $12,000 at Syfy Bartow. We did not charge them a $65 vendor fee. They came to writer's block, and there was not that many people that showed up or ate or anything. So now they're gun shy with our event. So they backed out to yesterday to coming to the Hogwarts event, and we were counting on them to feed everyone. So it's just, I had to scramble today and beg, borrow, and call in some markers. Randy, you always wonder why I'm in a bad mood and why I am negative. There's a lot you do not freaking know, buddy.
I know.
So when you say Sean, just like the other night, I got crappy with Randy, and seriously, and he got aggravated with me, and I know he did because he told me. But I can't. It was about this podcast, as a matter of fact, because I didn't want to commit because I've had things going on, and he was putting the guilt trip on me because Sean and Drew, who is not on here on the video anymore, do a lot for us, and I get that. But what Randy doesn't know, what Sean doesn't know, what Mark doesn't know, and I'm sure John doesn't know, is I have a lot on my shoulders, not only with my health, but my parents, my job. I quit my job Monday. I quit my job of 18 years on Monday because my doctor told me I needed a career change because my day job was killing me, and it was. He blamed my day job for my heart attack. So I was reluctant to listen to him and Randy and others that have been saying, Sean, keep a stiff upper lip, blah, 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 all this stuff. Well, I quit my job on Monday. I made $25 an hour. That's nothing to walk away from, but I did. So I got a little minute job at the radio station here in town, and which is I'm going to bust my ass for and make it big, but at 56 years old, starting over. So we all can't have a cushy government job like Randy does with insurance and stability and respect and all
Hey,
that.
Randy, I got a resume.
I bet. I would hire Randy in a second if I could afford him. But I don't want to ask him to walk away from his 3 kids, his wife, and a great job that he's worked hard on. And Randy has grown so much, but his positive attitude and his working out and all that crap, all that does is piss Sean off. I am not that person. My last day on earth will be screaming con as I die because I'm that obsessed with negativity. Because, and it's not negativity. And I try to explain this to not only Randy but my wife and other friends that I'm a realist. I just can't, and I think that's my problem with Star Trek too. Is not Star Trek 2: The Wrath of Khan, but Star Trek as well. Is that I'm a realist. I have certain ways set, and I just can't see past it. And just like Lori has told me, Randy has told me, walk away from it. Go to bed and shut down. I can't do that. I'm on constantly. So I've decided to take a new look on life, and I walked away from my job, and it's made me feel a lot better. I am.
Tomorrow we'll walk around the neighborhood and get some calories burning.
Tomorrow you can kiss my ass like you can right now. I don't do exercise.
Hey, Randy, I think that he just did this to you.
No, Randy's already done that to me. I've been watching.
No, I'm saying Sean did that to you, Randy.
I know, right?
I'm just not an exercise guy.
I'm gonna say this. As far as health goes, I've got ulcerative colitis. Ever since the parade where I had worked the night before, that's almost 6-7 months ago now.
Yes.
I've been inflamed since then.
Holy
Okay,
hell.
thanks for putting that on me, Sean. I really appreciate it.
It wasn't the parade, it was my job.
Was it your job?
And I am so tired after getting off of work at night that I don't have the energy to even try looking for another job.
Right. See, that's what I was stuck in that situation.
I'm a IT person who has a background in sound engineering, and it's hard to get into the IT jobs.
Mm-hmm.
But I expanded my network for my local church at Avon Park for the Wi-Fi. I actually have a remote Wi-Fi connection to another building I set up. I know all those things, but getting into those jobs is hard.
Yeah.
Now, if I could get a job other than Walmart paying a little bit more right now, I'd leave in a second.
Well,
but
I had to take the big jump myself and take $1,000 a week pay cut or a month pay cut because some things have changed. Do what?
I'm glad it wasn't a week.
Yeah, and I wished it would have been a week, but it's just I'm liking what I'm doing. I've been there a week now. It's been very enjoyable. I'm my own boss, but I felt the same way when I started my job that I just left when I first started them. And I don't want to be caught back in that. I don't want to work myself to death for someone that doesn't give a shit. And you working for Walmart, Sean, is that situation. Randy working for the government, I'm sure he's run into that before as well too. But I do not want to get back in that loop because the way I have felt the last 5 days of my life, without having to worry about pleasing some 30-somethings that don't give a crap about me, and a job where it's killing me because I can't lift because I have symptoms of arthritis so bad now that I have the lupus going on, and my heart attack, which just kind of snuck up on me out of the blue. I don't want to die working for someone that doesn't give a crap about me. So that's
Um,
why I'm trying to get these conventions going, because I enjoy it. Other than today, with the stress that hit today, I jumped right in. Lori and I had some heated discussions, and I jumped in and helped her, and we straightened the problem out. And I think it's going to be better on the other side of the conventions now, with what I did today. And, why I'm constantly, and I don't want to use the word begging for volunteers, Sean and Randy, is because no one wants to volunteer. They want to be paid. I want to pay. I don't have the money to pay. We were going to try to give our volunteers T-shirts. The T-shirt guy got a hold of Lori today and said that Lori called him to see how it was going. He's like, "Oh, I no longer work for that company." Lori said, "How long has
What?
this been going on?" 2 weeks. Why the F didn't you tell us this? So Lori found another person in charge, and they're going to honor the shirts, but they've changed part of our contract. Surprise! They're not going to show up at BartoCon and print shirts for customers like we had negotiated. But
And I don't know if the staff shirt.
and we don't know if the staff shirts are going to be ready before the Hogwarts event. So, we have name badges and stuff, but it's just the small stuff like that. And the point of this story is focusing at Randy is he wants me to eat cupcakes and candy that are grown in the Willy Wonka chocolate factory and the world of imagination. And I don't live in that fucking world of imagination. I live in the world of shit. My kid needs a haircut to help Sean, but I'm not going to freaking worry about it. He'll just put it up in a bun. I mean, I want to live in that world, and I can't. Mark, I've known you for a long time, and you're a very laid back guy. You always have been. You have not changed since the day that I've met you. John, I've just met you recently, and you seem like you got your crap together.
You
Sean,
met John. You met
I
John 2 years ago.
I did.
Yeah.
He was at Syfy Bartow.
Yeah, I have been Syfy. I didn't make it this year. I made the last few years.
Okay.
But Sean, you're just like me in that we're both workaholics.
Yes.
When we sign on to a project, we're committed to that project. I found a way of alleviating some of the problems of getting the project done by finding staff that I could count on.
That's the problem I'm having, though, John, is I can't find that staff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Randy and Joseph can't do everything. And
No, that's not finding staff. I agree with you on that. But
I'm going to say one thing. Your little vacation thing.
Yeah.
When are you going to turn that into your next moneymaker?
You mean my videos and stuff?
Promoting the places you're going?
Yeah.
Dude, the videos plus the photos of the places that you went to vacation.
Right.
That's what a lot of people are doing. You make a lot of money with that nowadays.
I'm working directly with Randy on that because he got me into that, because when Randy wanted to start doing talking sci-fi, I was skeptical, and I thought it was because I don't do technology. I love Star Trek. I will die watching a Star Trek episode, but I hate technology. And Randy's got the technology edge. You've seen the awesome video that he's done for you guys. I made fun of it, but he is a talented person. He's the one that's got me pushing to do this YouTube thing, but it takes so long before you can make money off of it, and things like that.
We are very close to making money off of talking sci-fi, and it's what have we been doing it 2 years?
Yeah.
So it's taken 2 years, and we're almost there. Now I have other channels that I make money on, but it took me 3-4 years to get to that point. Now that I have regular paychecks coming in. So eventually talking sci-fi will make money to go to these cons, to help fund these cons. And hopefully your travel trailer Trekkies will support you so you don't have to work.
I'm up to 47 subscribers as of today.
See, that's
And it's
very
a slow
good.
process. Lori's one of them. Randy's one of them. You know.
I need to. The problem is if you go through Facebook to go to YouTube,
Yeah.
it doesn't go to the YouTube app.
No, I go directly to YouTube. So,
But what
Randy-
I'm saying is, when I click on the Facebook from there, it takes me to a website that's not logged in.
Oh, okay,
So
you
I need
can't
to.
like or comment or
right. I didn't know that.
So I've got to figure out. You
Cheers,
said
guys.
it. Hold on. It's Star Trek
No,
Wait a minute.
travel trailer trekkies.
travel trailer. And
many
unfortunately,
How many people are watching us right now? Just the 5 of us?
I'm here. I'm
6.
watching.
they're one on and off, but the problem is we're broadcasting to 4 streams.
Oh, I
So
got you.
afterwards, normally we get about 60 to 100 views.
I'm sorry. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. I've made that
Like
a bad. But I don't want to blame me. I think it's Randy's deer in the headlight look. That's scaring the shit out of me. So that's it, Randy.
Randy
Randy,
here,
your weight back for God's sakes.
Hold on.
or lack thereof.
He looks great.
Yeah, we've got the Brotherhood of Beards here, but that's okay,
I don't know.
Randy.
It says you have 48 subscribers.
Oh, that's great. That's great. I'm getting there. So yes, I am trying to make that into something that can make us some side money, which is not going to go to me. It's going to go to the show. So
Well, I'm talking about when you're doing those things, you can be taking pictures of the Galileo there
Yep.
and making posters for them to say, hey, this group's going to be coming out on this weekend. Come check out the Star Trek themed travel trailer. Something that they can advertise with, that they could pay for the pictures so that they could advertise their event.
Well,
Just-
I've started having conventions invite me to bring the Star Trek Enterprise Ancient City Con, which is in September up in St. Augustine at the World Golf Center. They want me to bring it, but I've talked to friends that have taken vehicles to that because they put them inside of the convention area, and it's a PIA, pain in the ass, and I would love it, but why do I want to go to and I don't want to use the word competitor because I am personal friends with Max that runs that show, and he has helped me a lot, but why go and promote somebody else's show with something that I've spent a lot of money on with my truck wrap and with the sales and all that stuff, and not get anything back from it? You know, I can't say like, well, I'm going to charge $5 a person to take a picture with the truck. I'm not that person, and I will not be that person. But I'm going to go and enjoy it and promote BartoCon and the toy show that we have, and so that's that way. But yes, as I keep going back to, I don't want to be in this business to make bukus of money. I want to be in it to entertain me and you guys and a few other people that come to the show and anybody else that happens to show up. And if I make a little money on the side, I'm going to spend it and probably buy more Star Trek figures and fund hopefully the future shows that we have. But it's a tough business. And John, you've run into this before, and Mark, you've seen it. Right now, there are at least a minimum of 4 events going on every weekend in Florida right now. Orlando will have a half a dozen, South Florida, even going against the Tampa show that's next weekend. There are 3 shows that are going on against it, and they're all competing, and they're stepping on us little guys. That horror convention that's out of Ocala, they've decided to move to Tampa for one of their shows, and they're doing it the weekend before BartoCon, and they're bringing big star names right there at the Florida State Fairgrounds. And a lot of my vendors are a part of that show, And if they do well, they're not going to have enough merchandise to come and do my show. So it just like MegaCon this year, they've moved to February, the 2 weeks before Syfy, and that's going to affect us. And they've always been on Memorial Day weekend, and because of these, we've been caught in the power
MegaCon?
play. Do what now? What'd you say, John?
MegaCon?
Yes, they're moving it to the first
Yeah.
weekend in February.
Yeah, but Memorial Day weekend was not their weekend. They
It wasn't?
used to be in February and March.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That was a long time ago, I think, though, wasn't it? I think that was
When I
before
was coming
Syfy.
down here.
Right.
Speaking of conventions,
Right.
um, I've done really the setup that I do is at I bring the command chair like we did for Bartow,
Right.
and we do photo ops, and John brings props,
Lots of props.
absolutely, and where basically people get a free photo with it, because everybody has a phone.
Right.
And Mark brings a bunch of costumes that they can throw on when they take the picture.
Oh, that's cool. See,
I tried to do the same thing with another big name one. It's a husband and wife team. And I've known these people for years. I gave them a portfolio.
Okay.
That's a first for me, because usually I just give them a printout or something.
Right.
Explaining, what CAG is, and,
Right.
it's a not-for-profit. Well, you know what CAG is. Anyway, I caught up with the guy that runs this other big convention. I've known this guy for years, and it was like he started giving me this, "Who are you?"
We talked about. I
And
talked about it with Mark, and
in other words,
sounds
it was
like
I didn't even exist to this guy.
Right.
I mean,
sounds
I'll
like a
still attend
monetary
his
thing.
show, but I sure as hell will never do business with him again. That is,
Right.
and that immediately tuned me out, and it takes a lot to do that to me.
So my question, Sean, is the CAG table for BartowCon, is it inside or outside? I'm confused now.
I had this discussion with both Drew and my contact at CAG. I'm having to move them outside because we overbooked, and I'm having to pay for the venue. And the Bartow Civic Center is reasonable, but we're not charging a big fee for it. But where I'm setting those fan tables up, as we call them, like you were talking about, CAG, is going to be outside under the eave of the Civic Center. So you'll be undercover pretty much.
It threw me for a loop when you said there weren't going to be any outside tables other than the vendors, other than the food trucks.
For BartowCon, we had to do that because we overbooked, and we made a deal with the Civic Center. They normally don't let stuff get set up outside.
Okay, I was just confused.
John, I think you're thinking of the Hogwarts, the sorting hat coming up in 2 weeks. There won't be
we don't have any outside. Yeah, in 2 weeks we don't have any. But in October,
is that what he was talking about earlier, Randy?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
And of course, it's August.
Confused. I'll admit it. I confused.
It's like too much Klingon blood wine.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's so hot in August. We were going to have the Hogwarts thing outside, and I had so many people saying we're not going to come, we're not going to dress up. So we went ahead and rented the Civic Center. It was available. Someone had canceled their event, and we took over the weekend. We got lucky, basically. So, and in October, when BartowCon, the more of the Comic-Con Syfy event that we're doing, it's going to be cooler. So we decided, hey, can you let us have some outdoor space? And the Civic Center agreed.
Okay.
And we think that having the movie star with Robin Curtis is going to bring a lot of people because Neutral Zone is
Sean,
sending us
like
a lot
I
of
said,
folks.
I was confused.
Okay, that's cool. But I'm confused myself of why I'm even on this thing. But Randy and Drew got on me. But Drew wasn't feeling good. So, but yeah, it's a challenge, and I got good people behind us. So and it's gonna be all. I'm gonna pull the Randy Strickland card. It's gonna be great.
It's gonna be great. What are you worried about?
Yeah,
Hey, bring Lori back. I got a question for Lori.
she can hear you.
Okay, I know you've been planning Fort Meade or Fort Myers.
Fort Meade.
Fort Meade's ToyCon for about 6 months already, and it's about 6 months away. How many blocks have you already filled up with vendors for that?
I have 17 vendors.
We have 17 vendors right now, and 6 food trucks, and 9 toy-related vehicles for the car show.
So about 2 blocks?
Maybe 2.5, 3 blocks, yes.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
And
we got some sponsors too. So
how many vendors was at Jurassic Con or whatever?
15.
Yeah.
How many vendors were at Prehistoric Con, Lori? 40 vendors.
40 vendors? That many?
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
And three of them sold out before the show was over. And they left.
The one cotton candy guy sold out before I left.
Yes, he did.
He's coming to the Hogwarts event too.
I don't think he was the one with the THC though.
Yes, it was.
Oh,
Yep.
really?
Oh, he had THC too?
Yep.
Oh, wow.
Because the candy one behind him couldn't sell cotton candy because he was selling it.
Right.
And they had lemonade that was the bomb.
I think that was the same vendor.
No, it's 2 different vendors.
It's 2 different vendors.
You're thinking 2 different people.
I might be. I don't know.
Hey guys, I hate to do this, but I have got to run.
I do.
So,
I'm gonna have to blow too.
So
take care, Randy.
So we've been on here for 2 hours, guys.
How long you guys are going to go?
Well, 2 hours is about our limit typically. Let me get this up. I would like to thank Randy and Sean and Lori for coming on. Anytime y'all have something to promote, let me know. We work first and third Friday is typically our broadcast days.
Okay.
So y'all can come on, talk about it, and hop off at any time. You're always welcome to come.
Well,
and like I said, we will be doing a small broadcast from Hogwarts, the Sorting Hat. That way we can test to see about the panels for Bartow, Syfy Bartow.
Yep, that works.
So
I appreciate you guys having us, and again, all y'all that help us, Mark, and I know John, you've been at Syfy, and any promoting or telling people about our events is just greatly appreciated. I know that I'm not going to ask you guys to volunteer anything because Randy, he's pretty much my main guy, like I said, and he does great. But anything you can talk about or promote or tell your friends or go on Facebook or Instagram or whatever you guys do and pass the flyer around, that would be great. So, but thank y'all for having us. And Randy, thanks for bending my arm. And Drew, I'll kick his butt later. But and Sean, you do a lot for us too. So.
I'll film it tomorrow.
All right, that sounds great.
So
don't.
Me and Drew are going to be over at Sean's house with Randy and Lori tomorrow at 2:00 to talk about what we'll be doing other than putting on those wigs at the Sorting Hat. And till the next time, live long and prosper and have a great weekend.